Hey guys, Cinema Sickness here with, unfortunately, another collection update video for you and not a cinema hunting video. Now, I do say unfortunate because I don't really like to do these videos. I prefer to do a cinema hunting video, which I'm sure you guys also enjoy more. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually shoot a cinema hunting video for you guys today. And the reason for that being is because the wife and I went to Longwood Gardens, which is in the Brandywine, Pennsylvania area, kind of right on the border of Pennsylvania and Delaware. And we had a blast. We love going there. We go every single year. It's just acres and acres and acres and acres and acres full of flowers and plants and gardens and lakes and streams and fountains. Really, really cool place. I'd highly recommend, if you ever had the chance to get out there, definitely check it out. It's kind of like the horticultural Disney World, basically. It's pretty awesome. You can spend the entire day there. We got there bright and early in the morning, and we didn't leave until it started to get dark. There's that much to see. You wouldn't think you could spend that much in, something called Longwood Gardens, but you can. It's huge. So much stuff to check out there. Love the place. So unfortunately, though, as I'm there, I'm constantly taking pictures. I always take pictures when I go there. But like an idiot, I forgot to bring my nice SLR camera with me. I got about halfway there, and I was like, shit, didn't bring it with me. What the hell was I thinking? But of course, I was going to take photos while I was there. It's just going to happen. I'm not going to pass up on taking photos while I'm there. So got out my iPhone and went on the Instagram, and I was taking pictures all day long. And by the time I was done taking pictures, I had 10% power left on my phone. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to shoot a video, and I do usually shoot all my cinema hunting videos with my iPhone because, well, first off, it looks a lot less, I don't look as suspicious walking around with a camera in my hand. If I'm just kind of walking around filming stuff with my phone, I don't get questioned as much. But when I have a camera in my hand, a nice big HD camera in my hand, people are like, what the hell are you doing? So that's one reason why I usually shoot my phone, because I rarely get kicked out of places or yelled at for shooting with it. And also, as I mentioned, my iPhone just doesn't ever give me any issues. I shoot video with my iPhone, upload it, no issues editing or anything like that, but my HD camera, something always seems to go wrong. The audio, the video, every other video, there's something wrong that got messed up because of my camera. So I don't really shoot with my camera very often. I'm always shooting with my phone. So unfortunately, I did go to 3 different places and get stuff as we were leaving and heading back home, but I didn't have a camera to shoot with. Even though as soon as I got in my car, I plugged it up, I wasn't getting enough power to actually film. So unfortunately, I was not able to do a cinema hunting video. I just have to do this collection update. But I did get some good stuff. I actually picked up one title from the gift shop at Longwood Gardens. And then on the way home, we hit up 2 Goodwills. There's one that's actually a little bit closer to Delaware, so I drove a little bit out of my way to hit that one up. And then on the way back home, there is a Goodwill in Exton, Pennsylvania. I also stopped at that one. So got myself some great titles today, so let's just get down to it and take a look at what I got. So the first title I picked up, this I actually grabbed from the Longwood Gardens gift shop, and it's called Pierre S. DuPont, A Rare Genius. Now, for those of you who do not know anything about Longwood Gardens, which I'm sure most of you don't, Pierre S. DuPont here, Pierre DuPont, he was a very rich man. He basically ran most of Delaware for a while. I mean, he was like the big head honcho of Delaware. If you're from Delaware, I guarantee you know who DuPont is. He has this big company, made things like synthetic fibers, like nylon and stuff like that, created those. He made a whole bunch of different products, became very, very rich off these products, and thusly created this great big empire. And he was really into all different sorts of things. And one of the things he loved was gardens. He went over to Europe and whatnot, to all these big, beautiful gardens they had over there, and basically wanted to do it himself, and thusly built Longwood Gardens. And again, that's a very small portion of his life was Longwood Gardens. He did a lot more than that. And this, I guess, is going to go into his whole life, the documentary on the man himself. And this I'm really looking forward to checking out, because when it comes to Pierre DuPont here, I really only know, the most I know about him is what he did with Longwood Gardens. I know just a little brief history of him and how he created his empire. I don't know a ton about him. So I'm definitely looking forward to learning more, because like I said, when it comes to Longwood Gardens, I know all about it, but the man himself, don't really know a lot. So I definitely wanted to get this. It did cost me $15, so yes, I spent $10 more than I normally would spend on the title, but this isn't exactly something you come across everywhere. In fact, I'm not even sure if this is available outside of the Longwood Gardens gift shop. For all I know, this is the only place you can get this. So, splurged a bit, picked it up, and I definitely want to learn more about Pierre S. Dupont. Really looking forward to checking this out. Now, last year when I was in Longwood Gardens, the wife actually picked me up a Longwood Gardens documentary. Yeah, we were there for my birthday, so she got that for my... She not only did she take me to Longwood Gardens, but she also got me the documentary DVD, which they also sell at the gift shop. That is phenomenal. I really enjoyed watching it. It had such a great documentary on just the beginnings of the gardens all the way up until what it is now. Plus, it had a boatload of amazing special features on it. Just a brilliant, brilliant documentary. A great disc. They basically took this really good documentary, stuck it on a disc, and they went, all right, what other footage do we have? And they said, all right, all of it is special features. I mean, I've never seen that many great special features on one disc in my life. So I'm hoping this is just as good. I'm hoping this is loaded with special features. It doesn't really mention any, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I at least hope the documentary is as good as the Longwood Gardens documentary, and I have a feeling it probably will be. So for $15, again, splurged a little bit, but I had to pick it up because I really want to see this. And as I said, I don't know if this is available anywhere else but the gift shop, so had to get it. Then, like I said, on the way home, we ended up hitting up 2 Goodwills. The first one we stopped at, I don't know the name of the town. It's kind of right on the border of Delaware and Pennsylvania. If you're coming from Delaware into Pennsylvania, on 202, you'll drive past it. Now, both Goodwills I hit up today surprisingly had a lot of really, really good titles. So that was the good news. The good news is loaded with tons of great stuff. Disney titles, rare things, just stuff I don't come across very often. The bad news is it was pretty much all stuff I already had. I was getting excited. I was like, wow, I never see this and I never see that. And I had such a hard time finding this when I was originally looking for it. But again, it was all stuff that I already owned, so I didn't need to get it. Even though it was really great stuff and really hard to find stuff and things I just don't ever come across for cheap anyway, it was pretty much all I had, all stuff I had. So the first Goodwill I stopped at, I actually picked up 2 titles. One of them was actually, well, I'll show you in a sec. So the first title I picked up was Charlie's Angels, a complete first season, brand new, still factory sealed, for only $5. Of course I was going to jump on that. I haven't really seen very much in the way of any Charlie's Angels episodes. Only seen I don't even know if I've seen a full one. I've only seen like bits and pieces of them here and there. But for $5, I figured I'd pick this up and check it out. Try to get into the series, see what it's all about. I know it's pretty popular, so for $5, again, figured I'd pick it up and check it out. And I love the movies, the newer movies, so maybe I should actually see some of the source material for that. Again, it was brand new, unopened, factory sealed, great deal. The weird thing about this Goodwill was they had a whole bunch of season sets that were factory sealed. I think like Everybody Loves Raymond, The Cosby Show, 24, stuff like that. Unfortunately, they were all marked at like $20 a piece. So they had all these new seasons that were marked at pretty much, some were marked actually, I mean, things like Everybody Loves Raymond and Cosby Show for $20. Those are actually overpriced. I can get those for a lot cheaper than that. The 24 at $20, that's still a bit more than they should be at a Goodwill. I mean, I guess that's a decent price. You don't usually see them that cheaply in stores, but again, way too much for a Goodwill. So it was kind of odd that this one was marked so low. I don't know why all the other seasons were really high, but this one was only $5. But hey, I wasn't going to question it. Definitely had to jump on it. And unfortunately, this was the only actual cinema title that I did pick up there. But I do have one other thing to show you, and this is not cinema related. Well, I guess it's kind of cinema related, but not going in my collection related. A lot of you guys always ask me about video games. One of the most common questions I get asked is, do I play video games? The answer is not really. I don't have anything wrong with video games. I like video games. I have a Wii system. Every now and then I crack it out and play some games on it. But when it comes down to it, I'm not really a gamer. I grew up with, I had an Atari when I was a kid, then I got a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo and a Genesis. I think the last thing I really owned was a PlayStation 1. Had one of those at one point. And handheld systems. I had Game Boy. I basically had every Game Boy up until like, I think I had a DS at one point actually. Never had a Game Gear or anything like that. But, you know, I wasn't a video games when I was younger. Even when I got older in college, I got a little bit back into them. But by college, I was already collecting movies. So even though I kind of got back into video games, I tried to really get into it. I was playing them a lot and whatnot. Movies was still also a new thing for me. I was just started collecting, and I was so into movie collecting that I never really got back into video games. I tried for maybe like a year, and then I ended up selling everything off and just sticking to movies. So, again, I enjoy video games. I have nothing wrong with them. I do play them occasionally, but when it comes down to it, I'm a movie collector. I watch movies. I don't really have time to play games. I would love to play games, but if I played games, I wouldn't watch movies. It's kind of one or the other. It's either watch movies or play games, and movies always win out over games. If I had to sit down one night and go, should I play a video game or should I watch a movie? I'm probably going to choose a movie 9 times out of 10. But occasionally, there is a video game that I really want to try, usually because of what it's based on, and maybe I've heard good things about it. So I actually picked one up today. I actually picked up a video game from Goodwill. And again, this isn't really cinema related, but you guys always ask, so I'll show it off. I grabbed this for only $3. It was still brand new, factory sealed, and that was Epic Mickey for the Wii. Again, brand new, factory sealed, only $3. I actually really want to play this game. I've heard really good things about this. And as you guys know, I'm a Disney nut. Absolutely love Disney and everything that goes with it. Just a big, big Disney fan. So, of course, this is a game that definitely has my interest. I really want to check this game out. And even though I don't really play games very often, maybe like every year or two, I'll pick up a game and I'll actually play that and beat it. Although, with that being said, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I only got halfway through that. I haven't beat that yet, so maybe I should beat that before I play this. I don't know. We'll see. But still, every year or so, I do pick up one game, and that's how long it takes me to beat it, because 90% of the time, I'm watching movies, and every so often, I'll pop in the game that I picked up over the last year or two. So it does usually take me a really long time to beat a game because I just don't play them that often. But I saw this and I was like, holy crap, it's Epic Mickey. I've heard such good things. It's a game I definitely want to check out, and it was factory sealed, so of course, had to get it. So there you go, guys. For all you gamers out there, for all you people asking, do I play video games? The answer is not really, but occasionally I will pick one up that I really want to play, and $3, I think we can all agree that was a great deal. So then the final Goodwill I stopped at, this one was the one in Exton, Pennsylvania. We're driving past it, so of course had to stop in, and once again, lots and lots and lots of really great titles for really cheap, but mostly stuff I had. But this one I actually did get a decent amount of stuff from. Well, not necessarily a decent amount, but an okay amount. First thing I picked up were 2 CD soundtracks. Now, I did pay $2 a piece for these, so $1 more than I normally do pay for soundtracks. But as I mentioned, I'm kind of on a soundtrack kick recently, as I am converting all my soundtracks over to my my Cinema Sickness, my laptop, as I'm calling it. Basically, my laptop that just has all my digital copies and digital files, and basically my soundtracks are on. That's basically all it's used for. It's basically used as a media player. So I've been on this kick of transferring all my my soundtracks over to that laptop. So I've been really just on this soundtrack kick lately. So I've been paying a little bit more than I normally pay for them. So I did grab 2. The first one I picked up here was A League of Their Own, which I did listen to on the way home, and it was okay. I wasn't thrilled with it. It wasn't the best soundtrack, but I have the movie, so of course, had to pick it up, and the wife and I were after we both listened to this, we both turned to each other and said the same exact thing. There's no Madonna on here. We really expected there to be a Madonna song on here. Not a single one. Kind of weird. Madonna, if she's in a movie, usually she's on the soundtrack, but not in this one. Kind of odd. And the second soundtrack I picked up, and this was great. This is something I really wanted to get. I would have paid $2 for this one because I really wanted it. Basically for the song we all know from this movie, and that was An American Tail. For $2, figured that was a good deal for this. Love this movie, grew up with it as a kid. Saw this and the sequel, 50 Goes West. Saw them both in the theaters when I was a kid. Absolutely loved them. Used to watch this movie yearly. I had a good friend of mine who I used to visit all the time when I was really young. And every summer I'd go over to his house, and we'd always watch this at least once. It was kind of our thing to do. So, love this film. Great, great movie, and definitely want to get the soundtrack. Listen to this one on the way home as well. It was alright, but really when it comes down to it, it's somewhere out there. that's the reason why I really wanted this. I really wanted to get that song. So for $2, again, figured it was a decent deal. Had to pick it up. So now on to the movies, or the titles I actually picked up. And one of these is pretty decent. The other two actually really decent. So the first one I got here was National Geographic, World's Most Dangerous Drug. I love Nat Geo documentaries. I'm assuming this one is about, it's all about methamphetamines. So, interesting. Again, it's Nat Geo. I'll pretty much pick up any National Geographic documentary I come across. I don't care what the subject is. The subject could be how to eat dog shit. I'm going to pick it up because it's a National Geographic documentary. I want to see that. I'm just obsessed with this name right here. So if it's got Nat Geo on it, I'm going to buy it. And you know, I look forward to checking it out. Every National Geographic documentary I've ever seen has been decent. I've learned a lot from it. They're always well done. And even if it's not a subject that I'm dying to know everything there is to know about, I usually end up coming out of it happy that I watched it. So I had to grab it. This was only, I think this was $2.97. Yes, that's how I paid $2.97 for all these DVDs. So $3 for this, good deal. Then this was great. This I was really, really, really excited to come across, and that is The Great Locomotive Chase, which is a Disney movie. I don't come across Disney movies very often. Well, I should say non-mainstream Disney titles very often. I mean, of course I come across the animated ones and stuff like that all the time, but a movie like The Great Locomotive Chase, do I ever come across this one? No, this is not something I see very often anywhere outside of online. So really excited to come across this. And for $3, this was just a fantastic deal. I cannot really check this out. Again, I love the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s Disney titles are always so great. A lot of fun to watch. And this one I have no doubt that it's also going to be absolutely fantastic. So definitely going to pick this up for $3. Certainly a steal. And then the last title I picked up, it's a title I do already own, but I'm kind of a nut for collecting all the different releases of these. And that was Hercules, this year being the limited issue release. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yes, I have the Walt Disney Gold Collection release of Hercules. And even though I think this one came out in '99 and the Gold Collection release came out like 2000, so this was only out a year before they released a Gold Collection release of it. But I don't care. I don't have this release. And like I said, I'm a nut when it comes to Disney. Love Disney. I'm just obsessed with them. So when it comes to different releases, I usually end up picking them up. I just love owning different Disney releases. Even though it's the same movie, probably the same special features. In fact, the only special feature on here, I believe, is, it's the making of Hercules, which I would be willing to bet is probably on the Gold Collection release. But I don't care. It's a different release. It's not something I own yet. So had to get it. For $3 for this, I figured that was a great deal. I would be willing to bet a lot of people probably don't come across this one as it was out only, I would assume this was out only for a year, because I would assume once they released the Gold Collection release, they probably stopped making these. So seeing as this was only out for what I'm assuming was a year, I'm guessing probably not as many of these floating around as there are the Gold Collection release. But again, just great. Even though I had the movie already on DVD, I was picking up this DVD copy as well to add to my collection because it is the limited edition release. And I just don't see this very often, and I don't own it, so definitely had to get it. So there you go, guys. That is everything I picked up today. Again, I really do apologize for not shooting a cinema hunting video. I would have loved to have shot in the gift shop at Colonial... Or, I keep saying Colonial... Colonial Gardens is a little place the next town over that sells like plants and stuff like that. And I constantly say Colonial Gardens when what I mean to say is Longwood Gardens. Happens all the time when I'm talking about Longwood Gardens. Anyway, but I would have loved to have shot in the gift shop of Longwood Gardens. Would have been really cool. Would have loved to have shot a little bit there. Also, definitely would have loved to have shot the two Goodwills. So I don't go to those Goodwills all that often. But unfortunately, like I said, my phone was dead. I was unable to shoot there, which again was my fault because I forgot to bring my SLR camera and actually take real pictures, instead of pictures with my phone. But what are you gonna do? That's just the way hunting happens sometimes. Sometimes you just got to do a collection update instead of a hunting video, but what are you going to do? So, again, that's it, guys. Like I always say, if you like this video, please give me a like. If you're not already subscribed, please do sub. And that's it. At the end of this video, I'll post some of the photos that I actually took at Longwood Gardens. You can see what they have there. You'll actually see a few pictures of my wife. So there you go. She doesn't get into my videos really ever. Occasionally, I might scan past her, but She's not using my videos. The reason for that being is because she just doesn't, she's just camera shy. She doesn't really want to be in my videos. If I point the camera at her, she does the whole like, oh, don't shoot me sort of thing. So yeah, you guys really don't see her very often, but you will see a couple photos of her. Just don't let her know that. I don't know if she'd be a big fan of knowing that, or I don't know if she'd be a big fan of being in this video, but whatever. She doesn't really watch my videos anyway. She'll probably never know, so shh. So yeah, so stay tuned to the end of this video. You will see some photos. So again, that is it, guys. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. See ya.
Why did I introduce the poison to the group? They drink it down like wine. The bodies fall in line. The line becomes a wall. It's indestructible. But the head can't stay the same. Such a familiar place. Feels as though I've been here before. Does that make it okay? Everyone's left intact. Who is there to complain? Yellow chins in the sack. Candidates got a face. Everyone seems to recognize the TV. And one more time's all I say. Seldom care and seldom wait, but I'll break away from you. I'm sorry, but the times have changed. Things no longer look the same to me. Or got a different point of view. Different point of view. Crow, why do you fly so low? The pollution is so thick, it's like I don't know. A cake or something, I feel twice my size. Pumped up on methamphetamines. Confident on adrenaline. While being antisocial's an art form. Living cheap and getting pills for free. Living without any regret for shit you do to you and do to me. Does that make it okay? Everyone's left intact. Who is there to complain? Your legends and thoughts and the candidate's got a face. Everyone seems to recognize. From the TV. And one more time's all I can say. Seldom care and seldom great, but I'll break away from you. Well, sorry, but the times have changed. Things no longer look the same to me. I got a different point of view. Different point of view.